Hi everyone, welcome back to John's Fish Hut. So today I'm going to show you how to set up a brand new fish tank, step by step, perfect for beginners. If you're thinking about getting into the fish keeping hobby, then hopefully this guide will get you started in the right way. So let's dive in and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so this tank here, obviously I've got not enough room in here for bigger tanks, so this one is a 15 gallon, so I think that works out to about 42 litres, I would say. Somebody can check that and correct me if I'm wrong. So 42 litre, roughly 15 gallon. This would be perfect size for a beginner. Getting you started, getting used to looking after water, setting a fish tank up. So what I'll do, I'm going to start at the beginning obviously, and I'll go through the filtration that you can use, the heater, substrate. I've already got substrate in here because as usual the camera stopped working when I done the first video. So I've already cleaned the substrate. What I'll do is, there's a wee bit of video left that shows you how to clean the substrate. Any substrate you get might say that it is clean, dust free. Give it a clean anyway, because guaranteed that it will be dusty, your water will be cloudy, it will annoy the life out of you, so just clean it as much as possible before you put it in. Water conditioner, obviously here in Scotland as well we've got chlorines, chloramines and all the stuff they put through to treat the water. It's not good for your fish, so I'll show you how I treat it. A test kit that I use, and then obviously at the end I can show you bits and pieces of decoration or plants that you want to put in your tank, and buckets, nets, some of the little essentials that you need that will just help keeping your hobby interesting and easy to do. So what I'll do first, for the sand, I'm using TM Aquatics sand. I don't normally put it in, it's white obviously, but it's good. It's quite easy to use. It is very dusty, and it's a kind of neutral substrate, so it doesn't have any chemicals through it. Some of these gravels you use that are coloured pink and blue and stuff, yeah, it looks to some people nice in their tank, but they have been coloured. So for me, I think it gives off toxins in the water. It's not good for your fish. I'd go with a natural substrate. It just keeps everything simple as well. So I've already added it in, I've already cleaned it, but what I'll do is I'll show you how I go about topping the tank up with water to try and not disturb the bottom. So there's a few ways. You can use a bowl. If you set a bowl inside the tank, put the water in, it then flows out nice and even. It doesn't stir up all the water and it keeps the cloudiness to a minimum. You will probably get a wee bit of cloudiness, but it will settle once you get the filter in as well. You can always do another water change, but what I'll do is, it may be a bit of a time lapse, but I'll show you how I set it up using sponge filters like I do here in the fish hut, and also mechanical filtration as well. So let's just get started. So obviously I'm spoiled here in the hut. I've got a 210 litre water butt that is filtered water with an HMA filter that takes out all, it's got a carbon filter and it takes out everything, chemicals basically, so it makes it nice and easy. So this is my method. It does stir up a little bit, but it just lets it pour a little bit more even. As I say, you can put a bowl in the bottom here, it does the same job, or if you've got the time, use your hand. Put your hand in, let the water hit your hand, and it's basically just to break the speed of the water coming out of the hose. It does take a wee bit of time obviously. So what I'll do is I'll pop it back in here and I'll break the light as I go. Ta-da! Just show me that I need a bigger shed, a bigger fish hut. This one's not big enough anymore. So even here, as you can see, the water is pumping in, but it's hitting inside the little jug and coming out. It's stirring up a little bit at the back here, but not enough to disturb it massively. So what we'll do, time lapse it here and let it fill up. So these wee jugs are actually quite handy as well for that reason, or if you need to acclimate any fish, you can put them in here, set them inside the tank, and let them warm up to the temperature of your tank, adding some water as well. I'll show you that near the end of the video. So again, obviously I'm quite spoiled in here, the fact that I've got water ready to go, I don't need to use any of this stuff, but this is water conditioner. Sea Chem Prime, and what it does, it removes chlorine and chloramines, okay, detoxifies any ammonias and nitrites and nitrates. So basically it says what it does on the tin. On the back it tells you exactly how many, you know, capfuls or what you need to use for the size of your tank. It says this is only 15 gallon, this says it does up to 50 US gallons per capful. It does come with one of these little things. Normally I put in, for a tank this size, I'd maybe use about 1 or 2 millilitres, put it in and let it cycle, do its thing. Again, in the shed I don't really need to. Also the advantage I have as well, I've got a lot of these sponge filters in every single tank round about, so I can take one, put it straight in, obviously use the dechlorinator, and then the tank will be cycled automatically. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll put this one in first. This is a sponge filter. It's obviously air driven. I have a air driven system round the shed, but if you're using this system you'd have to buy an air filter, an air pump, and it would allow the air to drive through the sponge and all this thing is doing is driving air down inside it and back up through the top here, and then doing that it soaks everything into the sponge. This is where your beneficial bacteria lives. It eats all the waste from the fish in there, and then it comes out the top and it keeps it filtered. Okay, so these are fantastic. I love it because you can hear bubbles. Obviously if it's in a room or anything, a bedroom, sorry, you don't want to hear bubbles all night, then probably not the best idea. But they're cheap, effective. These ones do up to roughly about 100 litres. It'll tell you on the box, this is a 45 litre tank, so this is well more than enough filtration. Always over filtrate, that was my advice I was given, and I've always stuck by it. So that is one method, sponge filter. These need cleaned, I say, every 2 weeks, and all you do is drain a little bit of aquarium water out once the tank is cycled and established. I wouldn't go too much. Put it in a bucket, give the sponge a quick squeeze, you'll see how much dirt comes off it. Put it back in and it's ready to go, but they do need a wee bit of maintenance. So second mode of filtration is one of these little things. Now this one does, it says it does up to 450 litres per hour. I don't think it actually tells you the size of the tank it's for, but for the size of them they're quite good. I would say anything up to about a 20 gallon tank, which doubles to about 60 litre, I would say, 2 foot tank. These are perfect for, they're really good. And all it is, inside here, there's a little impeller. It pulls the water in here, there's a sponge inside. All your beneficial bacteria will live in here as well. That will need cleaned at time to time. All you do is put it in, get the air out. don't know if you've seen the bubbles coming out there, but turn it a wee bit. Just breaking the surface of the water here as well, so it's just soaking in through the little vents on the side, takes up the top and out here, and obviously it allows water flow on the top to agitate the surface of the water, which you need. Provides oxygen in the tank as well, so obviously the bubbles, you can have an air stone in it as well. As long as the top of the water surface doesn't stay stagnant and not moving, the fish obviously need oxygen within the water, so they provide both. Both are fantastic filters. I've used both in different setups. I've used this in a shrimp tank in the house as well. The thing you need to watch is shrimp or any small fish going through the little fins here on the side. It'll kill them, it'll pull them inside and they'll go in through the impeller, and it's not a good day for the fish or the shrimp. Whereas these ones here, if you're thinking about using it as a shrimp tank, they're fantastic. The shrimp can eat off, fish can eat off here as well. Little tiny things that live in the water will be on the sponge filter, they can pick at it. It's a source of food as well. But again, both are really good filtration. So next you'll need a heater. So this one is a 100-watt heater, maybe a little bit too big for this tank. You could probably get away with a 50-watt heater. The thing I like about the 100-watt heater is it heats the tank more even, so it stays on till it's warm enough, cuts off, and it just kind of regulates in between. Whereas 50-watt might get a bit lower in temperature, kick in quite hard and try and catch up. These things cheap on Amazon and stuff as well, or your local fish shop. What I usually do is set it in the tank. On the top there is a knob that you can twist here. On the side, I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, it goes from 20 degrees to 32 degrees. You just twist it to the temperature you want. Obviously tropical fish you want about 26, 27 degrees, depending how hot your room is. In here it's about 25 to 27 degrees, so I don't really need heaters in my tanks. The room's quite warm as it is. If it's a colder room, I'd definitely advise one of these, or in the winter. If it's a warm room, you could probably back it off, even 24, 25 degrees, just in case it does get a bit cold. So all I do is I'll leave that in the tank for 10 minutes, and then I'll plug it on as well. It just lets it get ready and used to the water temperature that's inside the tank. So you're basically there. So everyone else wants to rush, get their fish same day, take them home, pop them in a tank, and then you're disappointed when you're told you really shouldn't do it. For me personally, I would give it at least a week to let the tank cycle. So the cycle, it's got to go through a nitrogen cycle. So it's fish waste and all that stuff turns into ammonia. Beneficial bacteria, it converts ammonia into nitrates, and then the beneficial bacteria converts nitrites into nitrates, and then you do a water change, it cleans the water, and it's just an ongoing kind of circle. Once you get good beneficial bacteria in either filters, that's when your tank's cycled. And what you do is a week, give the water a test. After a week, see where it's at. And the test kit I would advise using, the one that I use, it's never let me down, is one of these. So they are a bit pricey but well worth the money. It tells you exactly how to do it. Obviously your pH range. The high range, I used it when I had Malawi cichlids, when they want about 8 to 8.2, they want a higher pH. And then your ammonia, obviously the top ones is what you're looking for, maybe not in this one, but the rest of them you want it 0 ammonia, 0 nitrate, you want them all to be perfect like that. Your pH, you're looking to have around 7, kind of neutral pH in most fish. Depending on what kind of fish you keep, it can change, so obviously research whatever fish you're looking to keep. This one here, nitrate, this will tell you how dirty your tank is. If it's way up here, you definitely need a water change. But it's a good indication. If anything starts changing different colours, it's an indication to get a water change done. Test the water, do a water change, retest it and see where you're at, and keep going until it's back on level here, and then up here where you want it. Again, everything inside explains exactly what you're doing, what you're looking for. So definitely pick. You don't have to have this one, there is other test kits out there, just the one I use and it's never let me down. So obviously once you've had a week or two cycling, and please do it, just wait, be patient, because if you don't, what will happen, you bring everything home, you bring fish home same day, pop them in your tank, and over the next week you will wake up every morning, you'll have a different fish dead. You've just spent a lot of money on some fish, whether it's for yourself or for the kids, anything at all, then you're going to be disappointed, it'll put you off the hobby, and obviously that's not what you want to do. So if you do it properly, you shouldn't have any problems and you'll just enjoy the experience a lot more. And I guarantee you, once you do that, you end up, you never know, you might end up having a fish shed, all these tanks to look after. Or like me in the living room, I had 2 4-foot tanks as well. I've now got a 2-foot cube, so I've always had fish tanks. Fish do die, it is one of those things, so it's something you need to get used to. But if you follow the process and believe what you read, then you should have an easy time of it. If you don't, again, you'll just be disappointed. Fish are dying and it'll put you off the hobby. So what I'll do is I'll roughly show you how to acclimate fish. Eventually, after a week, you bring them home. Again, I've got fish on tap that I can show you, so we'll kid on. This is a bag. This is what you bring your fish home in. Bear with me. So you've got your fish home in a bag, it's tied. What you do is untie it, yeah. In here, you just put some water from your fish tank in. It's called acclimation. You set them in, obviously this tank water is going to be different temperature than the bag of fish that you brought home. So over the course of maybe 20 to 30 minutes, you want to get them to warm up to your temperature. And maybe every 10 minutes add some water from your tank so they get used to the water as well. Maybe it's a different pH and different heat as well and different conditions. So you want to give them an easy start to your tank as possible without stressing them out. So obviously jumping on a bit because I can. We'll pretend it's 30 minutes later, we've topped it up. The fish are now ready to go to their new home, and what I do is I prefer not having the fish shop water going into my tank. Now, I know this is clean and healthy. I'm not saying the fish shop isn't healthy and clean, but they can pick up diseases because they're bringing so many fish in, selling so many fish. So best thing I would suggest is get your bucket set up, fish, just pour them straight into your net. Obviously, as you can see, there's no water in the net now. Just set them in, let them go. And it's as easy as that. Obviously, if you don't have a bucket, you can do it over the sink. If it's close enough to the fish tank, you can just pour the water down the sink, make sure no fish jump out, obviously, and they go. So obviously sometimes you can put your own ornaments inside the tank. I don't really have ornaments here in the tank though. Pieces of wood, some plants, I've got some fake plants as well, so if you want real plants, there's some ones that are actually just nice and easy to keep that just root in within the sand. With the sand, I would always advise going about an inch worth deep of sand, so as the roots, the plants, things, rocks, anything at all you want to aquascape the tank, it's easier to do. It's sitting on a decent layer of sand. This one, just for the video, I've only put a little carpet of sand in there as well. Background, you can obviously buy backgrounds. I've got another video how you put a background on a tank. It's very easy. There is other ways of doing it. I use paint as well, just acrylic paint, and a roller. Obviously make sure the tank, there's nothing in it. You just roll it on the back. You probably need about 3 or 4 coats before it's completely taken to the back, no light shines through as well. So there's that option, or you can buy, they're very cheap, a backing, I'm trying to think how I got any. So like this one here, it's not put on very well, but it's just a blue background that's on the back of the tank. What I suggest is maybe getting between 8 and 10 smaller fish, guppies, you know, there's other smaller fish you can get, some nano fish as well. I'm trying to think what else you could get. Oh, there's a good selection, but I would start with maybe about 8 or 10, get them in, get them settled, see how they do for about a week. If you've no deaths, everything looks like they're thriving, very happy, then the following week get some more tanks. Obviously research how many fish you can put in the volume of your tank. For something like this, as long as you're keeping up your water changes, I would suggest maybe every 3 or 4 days do a kind of small, take it down about here, top it back up, obviously using your dechlorinator, your CKM Prime or whatever you want to buy. Couple of drops in, top your water back up, keep your water as healthy as possible, that is what you're looking for. And then you can start adding other fish, and hopefully you get to the point you love them that much you want to get bigger tanks, and you can move on to some big fish like this, nice big angels. And again, obviously you need a bigger tank for those as well. Now, I've probably rushed it a little bit. If I've missed anything or any questions you want to know, just please give me a shout and I'll let you know. Try to think if there's anything else. Going over your filtration, your heater 25 to 27 degrees depending how warm your room is. Let the tank cycle, please let it cycle for at least a week. Test your water, have a water test kit on hand just in case anything doesn't look right. You can always see if it is a water condition. If there's anything wrong with the water, give it a quick water change, retest it and see if that will sort it out for you. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Your very first aquarium setup. So basically keep the water clean, test regularly, when you're feeding, feed lightly. A couple of wee sprinkles depending on the amount of fish you have. Do it maybe 2 or 3 times a day, small feedings, not big massive ones. Make sure they're eating everything. And basically that's it. As long as they're looking nice and healthy, then that is the key, and I guarantee you it'll be brilliant. You'll sit and watch your tank all day long. You want to upgrade to bigger tanks, bigger fish, and that is the aim of the hobby, I suppose. And then you just become addicted and you end up with something like this. But I hope you found this helpful. If you have, if you'd like to subscribe, any kind of comments, let me know as well. I'll ask any questions you need, and hit that wee like as well. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If there's any other videos anyone would like to see, just let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.